You ready? We about to do this circuit band live. Caballo in the
Hello,
house.
welcome to Bend It Live. I'm your host, David Caballo, and I'm here with the inimitable technical wizard, Paul Garrett.
I take my ball with me.
Bend It Live is a stream about circuit bending. So today, I think I'm gonna just do a little bit of a recap on some bending that I've done previously, and I think I may open up some new chords as well. So here's a book strip that I did find a cool bend with last time, and I resoldered these power wires so this could sit open while I worked on it. But one thing that I neglected was switch over to the cable cam. This red wire kind of, when I resoldered it, is jutting out to the side. So now I can't close this. So I guess I need to redo this, maybe reattach it to the side so that I can close this up again. And well, that's important because these buttons, they need pressure to sound. So then I've also been thinking, well, when I install these bends, so I'm going to add some components here. I'm going to add a capacitor at the very least, and I'm just thinking, where is that going to go? Because there's really not a lot of clearance here. Just don't think we can. Because there's just enough room for these watch batteries. So I'm thinking, well, watch batteries are super annoying to work with. So first of all, it would be nice to install a case with AA or AAA batteries, and then I would also have room for, well, hopefully it's not just one bend, but I think I need a little bit more room to work with, and I do plan on eventually putting in a volume control circuit. So there's gonna have to be at least some clearance for that knob, and there's just none right now. So I think I want to maybe attach the whole book strip assembly, onto something else, maybe just a bigger box. And I saw this other guy on YouTube. His channel is Look Mum No Computer, and he builds these cool modular synths on his own, and sometimes he incorporates a little bit of circuit bending. So this is something that I saw him do. I think what he does is, because I've seen he basically turns them into modules for his synth.
Yo.
You know that, dude?
No,
Okay. You just think it's cool.
I'm encouraging you.
Good. So, I've just seen where he has a module and he mounts the toy or whatever it is on top of it, on the face, and it seems like it might just be a cutout in the back for the wires to go through. So I think I'd want to eventually have whatever I do with this book strip look like that. And since it just seems kind of wasteful to just have a huge box for this little thing, I may attach multiple book strips, have a book strip library, just to have more options, at my fingertips. That would just make it a more efficient instrument. So I think I'll just, for today, at least redo soldering. And then the other thing is, this is pretty boring too, but parts of this are boring. I've lost the screws to put this thing back together, so I need to find some screws so I can put it back together. I was thinking maybe a cookie tin, or no, it was a tin of chocolates that I took home from work actually. Because I was looking at it and it was flat, and I was thinking I could mount a bunch of book strips on it. But before I do that, I think, maybe I'll check out some other book strips. I've got this one. I'm not sure if it's making these weird sounds if the batteries are low, or if it always did this. I don't remember. We got this one with a single button that I think is dead. So I'm just going to work on the insect book for a little bit, and then maybe branch out. So I'm going to turn on the soldering iron and keep it at a 3.5 out of 5. Just a medium setting, because I don't want it to get too hot and burn those tiny components. I guess while I'm waiting for that to heat up, I'm just going to tear into this single book. You can switch the table for this.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one way to do that. And now we can donate this to Goodwill. That'd be kind of a dick move.
Not really.
Yeah, I mean, it's still cool. It's just not as cool.
Right.
It's just, maybe it's par for the course. This thing is like hermetically sealed. This is interesting. I may have to break it getting into it. Do I want to let this open? Is it time to bust out the Dremel? Damn, my mic's a dick. Oh. Am I not talking loud enough? Am I mumbling?
Remember that movie we made this weekend?
Yeah.
They totally used this and messed with all my settings. Alright, you want one more? That's alright. I wonder why, I barely heard you at all, so. Sorry, for the first couple minutes, you were audible, it was just funky sound.
That's okay. You don't need those first few minutes. All I did was dig around.
I mean, that's all we ever do, so.
Welcome to Bend It Live. This is a podcast on dicking around. If you'd like to see a full-length movie on dicking around, there's one out, and we're in it. It's called... and it can be rented for $2.99 at benditmovie.com. And it's twice the tomfoolery, because it's not just me. Paul is also acting silly at the workbench.
It's true. And the audio is much better. Don't worry, guys. Stay tuned. I will figure that out.
Is that an endorsement or I don't know what to call that?
Your mic's still funky.
Ha 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 ha.
No, it's not on your end. But
No, I just like to do that.
I'm gonna roll the movie promo. I think we
People need to see it.
I think we have a trailer here. Maybe. I think I put it in here. Maybe not. Well, we do have an intro for a show. Let's at least do that.
Circuit bending, engineering,
Artistic practice, I guess.
It's a craft. It's a hobby.
re-engineering, I guess.
It's interdisciplinary.
It's definitely not a science.
Just everything about it, man. The way you do it and the aesthetic, how these things look like.
And you find a way to manipulate the current state of the circuit board so that you can create a new sound.
It's doing something it's not intended to do.
Doing the building, you could really find potentially sounds that no one's heard before.
And now the music has so much more capabilities.
No one wants this crap, but it's like not crap. It's actually pretty good. You just got to figure out how to work with it.
Usually that's what you do to get it to work, is kick it around.
That's what I do.
It just depends on like if that was the right kick or not.
Adrenaline?
This thing ain't no joke. Something's wrong with this power. I want to Dremel. Oh, I want to. Maybe. Holy shit. Should I be clamping this? I probably should clamp this down.
You do whatever you think is safe.
I'm gonna do safe stuff off camera. No, I can bring you guys, that's fine.
All of us in pliers, dude. Or don't.
No, I feel safer here, and then I could just bring the table cam over.
Alright. That works. I forgot about the table cam. Go to table cam. There it is.
Up.
Yeah, you're good there, man.
Good.
Sponsored by Organic Seltzer.
The simple truth. That's what we need to know. We need to know the simple truth. I don't mess this up. I just need to chip away at it. That can't be good.
What?
Alright, if you only destroy one toy today, make sure you do it like that.
With the Dremel.
See if I cut into it or not. Okay, great. This wire's freaking me out, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Dremel's no joke. Uh-oh. Did I just lose our monetization? No, you could cuss on YouTube, right?
Oh, you can, because I have it set to non-children or whatever. So yeah, that's fine. It's the internet, bro.
Yeah, okay. Are you implying that there's an incestuous angle to this podcast?
No.
Oh. Neither was I. Alright. Table cam, are we good? Are we good on table?
No, you shut that one more. Tilt the camera up a bit, dude. Good. Tilt the camera. Good. Yeah. Now the people can see. There it is.
So Look at that. That's the button, actually. So this is going to push down on that little metal dealy in the middle, which has the squiggles, and those are the traces. And so this little black dot is a conductive material that connects them. And push it down, it pushes down. So I had to sort of destroy that to get in there. I wonder if I should have come in from the other side now. But whatever I do with this, I guess I'll have to, well, you know what I could do is just tape that part of it so the button's always on. So I guess this thing is kind of totally beyond salvage. And this thing was just not going to stay this size anyway, because like I don't want to deal with the stupid watch batteries. It's just such a pain to replace all the time.
Hey. Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Hey.
Hey, 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 hey.
I'm getting there.
So if these are,
Hey.
so since this is dead,
Hey. Hey. Hey.
well, see, looks like these aren't meant to be changed out. But I could just sort of pry this off. Open that. Try to slide these out. There we go. So now what I'd want to do is somehow
Hey. Hey.
connect the wire to the top, and that would be
Hey. Hey.
positive. And then the bottom would be negative. I could connect some leads and then connect up some AA batteries or something. Actually, I feel like this side would be positive.
Yeah. Super positive.
Are you super positive?
I'm a positive guy, I think. For the most part, I try and keep it positive as possible. At least as of recently. There was a time in my life when that was not the case, you know? But it happens. I had a pretty positive weekend. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it was fun.
Right?
What happened this weekend? Why don't you talk about it?
Yeah, we could talk about it a little bit. We made a short film over the weekend in this thing called a 48-hour film project. It happens all over the nation, but this weekend was San Diego, where we are. So we got together with a team of some peeps, actors, and techno nerds, and this talented musician guy here, and we made a 7-minute musical western. And turned it in on time. So we're up for the running of the contest. So 2 weeks from now will be the day before we premiere it, I believe. And we'll have a little trailer for you guys to watch. So it was fun. Did you have a good experience? You were kind of the focus of it. You were like a key player, bro. Like, that would not have happened if it wasn't for you. Because David did the composition for everything. It's like all the music had to be written before the movie could be shot because the people were, you know, it's a musical. They need to, what's it called, dub it in or no? They lip sync
They need to, yeah. They need
in order to do it right on camera. And it worked out really good. Like everything turned out great. You did
Yeah,
good.
I was stoked.
Yeah, you should be. That was cool.
Well, you know, there were a couple of things that I think I would have done if I had a little bit more time, or if I slept less.
I slept
was-
less.
That was a landmark, I feel like, because a landmark 48 hour, because I did sleep like basically a normal amount.
Yeah, that's true. And it's very intense and you don't get much sleep usually, but David and I have done it. I don't know. You and I have done what, 3 or 4 together now?
I was trying to count how many.
I think it's been 4. I've done 11.
That's a lot.
I
dude.
counted it up. I've done 11.
That's a
Yeah,
lot.
stupid. But anyway, enough of that and our little side projects. Let's jump back into David. It looks like he has the tools he needs, and there's a circuit board on the table. There's a little battery I see. What are you getting into there, bro?
Well, so all I did was pry this thing open, and I just saw that the 2 watch batteries were in these enclosures. So I would like to, you know, convert this over to some AA type enclosure. These are AAAs, and this is 3 of them, but you know, once I find a suitable case from the salvage pile, then I'll hook it up. Or from here, I think the nipple thing is positive. I could be wrong. I guess the internet could tell us, right? Internet.
To the internet. Huh?
Which side of a watch battery is the positive one? It's the nipple, right?
Oh, you want me to look it up?
Yeah, I need your help.
I'll totally do that.
But anyway, whichever, you need contact with both sides, so
Battery nipple positive.
or just a diagram.
Oh, jeez.
Watch battery polarity. You don't need the nipple in there, man. I mean, unless you want, you know, like if our combos get boring.
You put nipple into the internet, some weird stuff pops up, especially battery nipple. That was weird.
Battery nipple. Oh. Yeah.
Yeesh. Freaking internet, man.
So I just need to connect some wires to either sides of where these batteries were contacting. But I don't feel like doing that right now. The iron is hot, so I feel like fixing my power supply.
All right, what am I looking for here?
A diagram of a watch battery.
There's just pictures. Looks like there's a plus symbol on one side, but that doesn't help you at all, does it?
Yeah, that's which side is it on?
One of the 2 sides? The one with all the writing on it.
Is it like the flat side or is it the nipple-y side?
I think it's the flat side.
That's positive?
Yeah.
Oh wow, you wouldn't have thought, cause like with like AA's, the nipple side is like positive.
No, it's definitely
Different.
the positive side is the flat side with the lettering on it. The nipple side is
Nipples.
negative. Yeah. I have confirmation.
Great, so this shouldn't stick out anymore. Just kind of coil these up. This enclosure can't even handle like this little bit of extra wire. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this thing.
Things are coward.
It needs some room, man. Whoops.
Shit. I got the mic working, so allow me to personally apologize for the audio issues in the first portion of this program. I hope you just skipped ahead because the audio is up and running. the move we made this weekend totally put these wireless mics on different channels, and it was squelching and doing all kinds of awesome. Oh, put it up to the mic. It's coming in handy.
Okay, so I mean, with some difficulty, I can close this back up. Whereas before it was impossible. So, can you tell me, is that an improvement?
What do you need? What's improvement?
I just gotta figure out a way to close this.
Duct tape.
This is so hard. It's kind of like how much DNA there is in your cell.
Please elaborate.
It's all coiled up, man. It's like these wires, but there's way more. And it's like actually coiled up, kind of like the way you would twist up a rubber band, and then it's held under tension, and then that's done many times in many layers. That's what I need to do with these wires.
Freaking far out, man.
I think that, you know what? That's what it is. I know what it is.
What is it?
It's this little thing. See, this is where I joined two wires together, and it's just too fat. It's causing everything else to bulge out. So I need to make sure this goes over
Bulge.
here.
You move that, your floor, yeah, you can move the floor cam a little bit and just work. You can see. You don't even have to hold it up to it.
Wait, what?
If you move the desk cam back a little bit,
Okay.
it's the hair. Man, now we can see it good.
So yeah, this is my little patch. It's just some electrical tape that's a little bit too thick to fit in this crowded portion. So hopefully I could just sort of put it over here where there's more room.
So what is the benefit of putting it back in its own case?
For this one, there's a very clear one. I'm about to I already showed you actually what it is. But let me just hold it. I'm almost there. This thing, it really is that. I guess I could just peel off some of that tape because I don't need it to be that thick, and it's just causing problems.
Audio is so good.
It's always audio. Yeah, it actually works a little bit better. So the whole reason is because these buttons, they need pressure. So if there's no back, then there's no pressure. So you need the back of these buttons is held up by the back. So I'm happy with that.
Good.
Like I said, I'll want to mount this to something. I'm not really sure how, because especially this thing juts out a little bit. You know, maybe. I think actually what would be cool. So this is the battery case. It'd be cool if I just dremeled out the wall of this battery case and then just fed the wires out through here. Or if I wanted to be really fancy, I could even drill little holes in this lid. But I think I'm going to go out through this battery case. And I mean, the thing with like messing around with stuff like this is it's like such fragile plastic. You might, you mess around with it for too long, you're just gonna kind of destroy it. So the other reason why I want to mess with this battery case is it'd be cool to get this flush for mounting purposes. And then I could just kind of try to nick this part that juts out. I haven't really thought about it. I think I'll just leave this here for now. Because I kind of want to check out some other bends. But maybe I'll review, since it's been a minute. I'll go over how to do the bend again and what exactly I want to put in there, because I have like some really messy notes, and I think I need to redo my notes because it's just a little bit messy. Because I found 2 different bends, and I don't think I was keeping up with the notes. I think I got kind of excited and on a tear. So I know I need this
I
cap.
think they look great, personally. That's how some bendy notes should look.
Yeah, but I can't decipher what I did. Either I can't decipher what I did, or I stopped taking notes at a certain point because I went on a tear.
Mm-hmm.
I know I need at least that cap. Oh yeah, okay, good. So,
It's all right.
we keep it bumping that mic.
You're all good.
So, right, so I did have the bend from R3 to R2 was hold that fart.
Oh yeah, the farts.
That
I
was
kinda
the
forgot
fart.
about that. Yeah.
That was one of the farts. And then from R2 to R1, that was the wet fart. So I was more stoked on the wet fart. It had a lot more character to it. Hold that fart was a little drier.
It was.
It was, right? So maybe I'll try to wire those up, just to have them. I was thinking, I at least know I'm going to do something with those points. So it might be nice to wire it up. And this thing is getting pretty crowded. Whatever I wire in, hope we're on table cam.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, so like you could see here, this lead, I had to kind of bend it flat because that's how strapped we are for clearance in this case. And, yeah, if I get rid of this whole like chunk of battery case, actually, if I just boop, boop, because that's how Dremels work, they just boop, right? But I'll have I might even have room to just mount I would have room to mount a knob. Actually, here's the issue. I can't do that because look at this. This backing is actually needed for the pressure of this. The only thing I could do is maybe find a way to, what if I just tape this here or something so there's support for this. There needs to be a lot of support for this because it's just kind of...
Yeah, it looks like you're pressing that really hard, dude. That's not... I don't think you have the support for that, man. You're gonna have to make a custom.
I'm gonna have to leave
case.
this in here.
That's gonna be custom.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
So I'm just thinking, where do I go out with those batteries? I guess I could just drill out a chunk of this, but there still has to be a framework here to support the buttons. Yeah, interesting stuff. It's kind of cool because that's the interesting thing about these book strips is they're so tiny. You have to make a decision, and there's that decision for every toy. At what point do you keep it all in that original case, and at what point do you move to a bigger one? And it's interesting because for this one, the case is integral because it's kind of part of the button. And it is another option to try to solve that in a different way. We could tape a placeholder in here actually in place of that, just sort of a shim. You could shim it, right? It'll take a little bit of thought, and it'll be kind of fun to look for a case actually.
So why are you anti-building a custom case, or are you not?
No, I am building a custom case.
Oh, okay,
I sort of mentioned this earlier, but that guy, the other YouTube guy, Look Mum No Computer, you know, he builds like these custom modules for his synth.
What's his name again? I'll put him up on screen.
Look Mum No Computer.
Look, Mom, No Computer.
Yeah, it's Mum because he's English.
Oh, jeez. Of course.
Of course, yeah, sure. But yeah, some of his modules, he incorporates a little bit of circuit bending. So I think it was a Game Boy or something else where, you know, he probably had some bends, and so he just mounted it right on top of the module. So that's kind of where I got that idea from that I want to do with this.
Oh yeah, this guy is hype, dude. Wow.
Port the wires through the back and have it mounted on to preserve, you know, the framework for the button.
Yeah.
Also just cool aesthetic.
Got great stickers on his stuff too. Looks like he has his own like studio. This guy is hype, man.
Yeah, he's got a lot of interesting stuff, and I mean, he deserves the hype for sure. He's got some cool stuff. I don't like, one thing I don't like about a lot of YouTube personas though, I mean, I just gotta shoot from the hip, dude. Like,
Go for it.
I just don't like how a lot of people just feel like they gotta yell at you, you know? I don't know, like, maybe it's just like because of the kids, they just have a short attention span, and like that's
They have to be yelled at.
yeah, they have to be yelled at, and I mean if that's where your main demographic is, I think if you want to make a lot of like a living off of streaming, so you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what
just
we should
saying,
do.
as
Bend it
an
live.
old fart, I feel like that's what prevents me from watching a lot of streamers.
Consider yourself an old fart. I do. Not you. I consider myself an old fart.
You consider me an old fart? So let's check on the wet fart, R2 to R1. I wonder if I should, well then I need to connect up the cap.
What's a cap? Let's do a little education. Capacitor. All right, we're going to take a quick little break to educate you guys about what a capacitor is.
Capacitor, a device that stores electrical energy in an electric field. The physical form and construction of practical capacitors vary widely, and many types of capacitors are in common use. Capacitors are widely used to block direct current while allowing alternating current to pass. Smooth
Cap.
capacitor, a device.
All right, we're done.
Alright. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Some interesting educational material from our technical wizard, Paul Garrett.
I'm a technical wizard, apparently.
I'll think of a different title.
That's cool. I mean, you're a magical horse, and I'm a technical wizard, so I guess that works. For what it's worth. Technical wizard. I prefer
I
digital
like the sound
artist.
of that. You know, I wouldn't mind being a technical wizard.
Yeah, for sure, it's cool. Digital artist.
Like,
But I
kind
could
of
see.
wizard that sounds like he's in touch with both sides of his brain.
I'm going to
Is that
change my lower third on this to technical wizard. That's okay with you. David is back to making fart noises.
I hope and pray for a fart noise.
Yes.
There it is. There it is. Uh-oh. Come on. Fart for daddy. Daddy likes a good fart. Oop. That was a dry one. We want a wet one. Okay, so yeah, let's stick some wires on that.
It's actually kind of neat.
Yeah. It's an uplifting kind of fart.
Uh,
Let me, Goddamn, Mike!
hey, it's temporary. You want to trade? 'Cause this one's
No.
this one's working
No,
great.
I was actually. Well, that's kind of good.
For those who just tuned in, I was having a hard time with the microphones, and I gave Caballo the one that I use and switched it out, and it's just completely in his way. I put it in the most inconvenient spot I possibly could. I could have put it on the other side, totally, and actually the wire would be shorter and not in your way or a treacherous thing, but you know, that's how we do around here. That's what the technical wizard does, because technical wizardry doesn't just mean knowing technical things, it means getting in people's way, technically.
You're real good at that.
Super.
So I'm gonna put some wires on my bend. I've got my bag of colorful wires, and it just seems appropriate to use the brown wire for my fart sound.
I'm for it.
I mean, these things are color coded for a reason. Let's say I had a bend that sounded like something else. I used the brown wire and I confused myself.
Mm.
That just wouldn't do.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
That would not do. So now we're back to stripping and tinning wires.
Oh, everyone's favorite, because we know you do it so quickly.
I'm gonna get quicker. Just you wait. Just you wait.
Man, it makes for good TV.
It does?
No,
No.
not at all.
You could have humored me.
So he's snipping. That was a solid snip, I must say.
A little
Snip.
snipperoo.
Little snipperoo. Mm-hmm. Snipperoony.
Snip
Yep.
both sides.
That's a good strip. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. There you go. You go ahead and you hold that up to the camera to show everyone how much of that you actually stripped, man. Get as close
Just
as possible.
a little bit.
Close and hold it all the way up. All the way up. Yeah. Hold it still though, man. I don't think it's gonna focus. Okay.
That's good, right?
Not bad.
So,
Solid.
I didn't want to do
solid
too much.
Snip and strip. Snip.
I don't want to do too much because then you just have bare wire hanging out, and you got a live wire. You kind of don't want that.
No. No.
But if you don't strip enough, then when you're tinning the wire, you may burn some of that insulation. So it's just good to strike a balance between those two.
Right.
One more snip. One more strip.
One more snip and strip.
Snippy strippies.
Snip and strip.
Circuit bending, cleaning, strip club.
You just walk into a strip club and you're just like circuit bending the entire time, completely ignoring the ladies. That'd be great.
Oh man, that reminds me of one time when we were at the thrift store, and I think one of the cashiers was trying to talk to me, and then it was time to they were all gonna close, and I was so wrapped up in buying circuit bending toys, I totally did not catch that.
Typical Caballo move. Very typical.
So we use the helping hand.
Just the helping hand, not hands.
Well, life happened to the other hand. The hard life.
Tinning,
Nope. That was faster than last time, right?
slight speed. You've been sitting in your room practicing, haven't you? I hope so. That would make me proud. No, that was a solid 10.
I wanted to do this, but why did I do this? Because it's, not rigid at this end, so I should just Reclip it instead of being lazy.
Or wonky.
Don't be lazy
Yeah.
like me.
Laziness and lack of patience leads to bad circuit bent toys. Fact. That's a fact.
Dad.
So
You can always circuit bend to make toys worse, right? I mean,
oh yeah, of course. I mean, you could do
that's what you're into.
anything the wrong way. That's for sure.
Make things worse. It's punk rock as fuck.
Just
to
make it
to
worse.
some people.
Yeah, just make it
To
worse.
some people.
This is tin number 2. So yesterday we didn't have much time to chat, but you were talking about maybe putting some new stuff on your. It's been a long time since you dropped any new stuff, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Like your music, your own personal music stuff, which I enjoy a lot.
They're like albums that are basically done, and I just don't want to do the levels. It's pretty bad.
So
I just want to make the music.
you don't want to master it and put it out there for the masses?
There's one there that's coming up pretty soon.
Okay. Well, I enjoy Baby Ginseng, and all your stuff is on Bandcamp. Those who are watching are interested in hearing, what is it, the album that's up there right now?
City.
Traffic City. Complete album. I think it's free to download, right? Donate to.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. If you guys like circuit bent based, low, what do you call it? Like crunchy kind of synth stuff.
Lo-fi.
Lo-fi. Yeah, it's solid lo-fi.
It's actually like it's a Casio keyboard that's not circuit bent. At least it's not yet.
Well, I feel like, you know, the musical attitude of a circuit bender comes through in the music. You weren't even bending at the time when you made that album, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Does any of your new stuff that you're going to drop have circuit bend stuff in it?
No, I've been working with the phone app, as you know.
Yeah, but I mean, in the movie, you make a circuit bent song with the phone app.
Oh, yeah.
The Pixie Tracker?
Yep.
I think that's like, I think I got more comments from the people that watched that feature film about your ability to make music on a phone than I did about the rest of the entire movie. It was like, did that guy really make a beat on his phone? Like,
Right.
for real, on his phone? Like, all he used was a phone to make music. Like, I don't know why that's so unbelievable to some people, but.
Dude, I didn't know that. Like, well, you were sounding kind of like that when you found that app that let you edit video on your phone.
Yeah, well, that was like 10 years ago when that came out. I was blown away. Now it's pretty standard to be able to know.
10 years ago? Wasn't it during that camping trip we took, which is not 10 years ago?
Oh, 5 years?
No, 3 maybe?
3 maybe years?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I have a tendency to exaggerate. Sorry. Thank you for calling me out. Well, you're right. So he's soldering his tin tip to the bend that he found in there. That's what's going on, right? If I'm seeing.
Yeah, this is real delicate. I may want to use the hands
You're gonna,
this time.
Probably a good idea. Why they're there.
This is a bit delicate. The blob is like sort of the CPU, and it's can be sort of proprietary, and so there's a protective black blob of goop to sort of prevent reverse engineering and corporate espionage and that sort of thing. So my bend is on the terminal that's kind of like right next to that black blob, and it's also to protect that the CPU from, you know, maybe getting fried, you know. But I need to get my tip over there, and it's going to be really difficult to not just destroy this resistor that I'm soldering to. I don't want to be on top of this resistor, I want to be right next to it. And, you know, these surface mount components, they're not soldered like this by hand. A machine puts them down, and they're not, you know, what we're doing is, if there was like a warranty, you'd be breaking it, you know? That's just sort of an acceptable risk.
Are there warranties on children's toys? Like, is it Like outside of a store, if you go past like the typical whatever 30 days it is to return something, is there actually like factory warranty for a book circuit board?
I don't know. Maybe like a Furby.
A what?
Like a Furby. I'm just thinking
Oh,
like
yeah,
something
yeah.
more complex.
Right, right.
Like a book. Like, what do you want, buddy? Come on. Get out of here.
It was only $3 and you want a factory warranty?
I guess I should have maybe 10 olive wires, huh? I only did one. But I just got excited and moved on. Okay, yeah, let's do the other one first.
Yeah, what we were just talking about, patience, right?
You were. I was just off being impatient.
You said you were going to do it right, man.
I just say that stuff. That's my job, right? I'm just a host. I'm not actually.
Not actually a
Not
circuit
actually
vendor.
Ben.
I just talk about doing it the right way, and then I literally do it the wrong way right after talking about doing it the right way.
You know what I've been dreading is like the day that someone who actually knows how to solder like calls out my terrible lack of skill. But maybe like it'll all just turn out better after that.
I'm hoping you just tin so many wires that eventually you master the art of soldering.
That's theoretically what we're gonna do. Like, supposedly we were gonna do that.
That's the intent. That's definitely the intent.
Dude, I'm like 4 times faster than last time. But last time was like remedial soldering. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
It had been a minute.
I must say though, I worked out, besides for the hiccup of the audio at the very beginning of this, the stream is looking pretty, dude.
Nice.
Yeah. Nah, no warnings, nothing.
No one has to look at the top of my hat.
Well, I have cut to that a couple times, but
Really? There's nothing up there anymore.
no, it's every time you're looking down and I
I'm
cut
looking
to that
down.
camera, that's right in front of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like right now.
Yes, exactly. So that's enough hat. Like we don't need a second hat cam.
It's true. I think we should clip a camera to your hat. I think.
Feel a lot of hat pressure. And recently, one of my other cool pink hats died because I
Aw.
crushed it.
Well, make sure you don't leave that one here in the garage next time. I was tempted to wear it and keep it. You only get 1 day of grace. You leave something at my house twice, it's mine. Especially when it's as fresh as
That like reminds me of a similar moment actually with a pink headband. I think I left one around and then I saw you wearing it and you begrudgingly gave it back. Like you were enjoying the shit out of it. It was a pink sweatband.
Yeah, well,
It was pretty great. I got it playing against sports.
that's hot.
Yeah, okay. So now I'm all tinned up.
Play It Against Sports even exist anymore?
I don't know, it was a while ago, man.
Oh, okay. I know there is like Retro Sports is still around, right?
I never knew that place.
Retro?
Yeah.
Similar attitude to Play It Again. So what are you going in for this time? To actually get the solder down?
Yeah, because I've decided which points that I want, you know, so it's just a matter of putting them in. Regardless of what I do, the wires need to come out from that point, so I
Right.
can at least finish that. And then later on, the work that I want to do, I'll figure that out and come back to it. So this may be hard to show. Well, I'll get this set up first.
Yeah, make it comfortable for you and then move the camera to where you want it to be, if you decide to do that.
The thing is, this thing's so big. That's the thing I don't like about this one. So maybe I'll use a hybrid technique here. Helping hands is.
Helping Hands is? Helping Hands is? Helping Hanses is
Hansel.
Helping Hanses is. Right now we've had 4 viewers bouncing in and out with that average watch time of 1 minute and 14 seconds.
It hurts my ego, bro.
We are 55 minutes into Daily Live. It's okay, we're doing it because
Dude,
we
I
love
always
it.
thought I could like captivate people for at least 2 minutes.
Nope, 1:14.
1:14.
That's what you get.
This is just like, it was like when I had a personal trainer and that's how long I could hold the plank for.
Mm. $114? 114 is a pretty solid plank, man.
Yeah, can't go for much longer than a minute. Yeah, then he's asking you to do multiple ones, and you're like, what? I didn't know that was a thing. This guy's ruthless. He was a ginger like you, man.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's why, like, you had to ride extra hard.
It's because we feel no pain.
Bill Burr would talk about that. Having to go extra hard because he's a ginge.
Yeah, we have a higher pain threshold than the average. We're like superhumans that can take abuse.
That reminds me of like this porn I watched with like a ginger guy. He had a huge cock. I was like, oh, got there my mom. I was like, yeah. Riding for the gingers.
I don't think you were watching when you just walked in on me and my ex. Huh?
You dated a porn star?
Wop wop.
Yeah, you were the type.
No, not really.
I don't know, is there a type? There's not like one type of porn star, right?
Everybody's different, bro.
That's true. I like to think I'm more than just my job.
That is a nice thought. That's a really nice thought. You are more than just your job.
So many wires in the way. It's a real minefield here.
Huh? Sure is. So while David figures this out,
The tuck them underneath. You ever do that, Paul?
we are going to be watching.
Circuit bending is engineering.
Artistic practice, I guess.
It's a craft. It's a hobby.
Re-engineering, I guess.
It's interdisciplinary.
It's definitely not a science.
Just everything about it, man. The way you do it and the aesthetic, how these things look like.
And you find a way to manipulate the current state of the circuit board so that you can create a new sound.
It's doing something it's not intended to do.
Doing the building, you could really find potentially sounds that no one's heard before.
And now the music has so much more capabilities.
No one wants this crap, but it's like not crap. It's actually pretty good. You just got to figure out how to work with it.
Alright. Table cam?
We're back.
You in? How's it looking?
The solder is happening. Bend it live.
And then I bumped it.
A live bend with David Caballo. Is this bend going to help you promote that or create that fart sound that you just found not too long
I
ago?
love fart sounds. This is bad. This helping hand is in the way.
It's supposed to make your life easier, bro.
What do you make of that? What do you make of that?
What do I make of that? Oh no! The camera.
It's okay. We'll redo the camera once I fix this.
Billy.
No, not that camera. That camera. I really got to figure these things out.
What's it doing?
Like every half hour, it decides to just turn itself off. Whoa, a Whopper. Leftover Whoppers, bro.
I thought you were gonna eat it the way you were sounding.
I don't even like them. I like them even less after they've been on the ground for 3 days. Just a personal preference. I don't know.
I used to like them a lot.
Whoppers?
Yeah.
I did have them baked into a cake for me once, and that was actually really good.
I remember that cake.
You remember that cake?
Yeah.
That was a solid cake.
There were some ingredients in there, weren't there?
It was a special cake, that's for sure.
Yeah. I was envious.
I think what was special about it was the confetti flake inside of it. How she piled them up and then put the case on top, making it look like it was actually being poured down over it.
That was so cool.
That girl had mad baking
That
skills,
was fucking amazing.
and it was
That was the
good.
only time I saw her bake anything, dude. I
Really?
didn't know. I just didn't know.
Oh, well.
I didn't, like, she did other cool stuff, but shit.
Oh yeah, she was definitely artsy.
I think the hand's too fat. Just kind of in the way. As crazy as it sounds, hand's actually just kind of in the way.
As crazy as it sounds? I don't know, man.
Nothing sounds crazy anymore. Is that what you're trying to imply?
Everything is normal. Normal. Normal.
Okay, so I think this is just going to be really hard. So what I'm going to try to do
Normal.
is put a tiny bit of solder onto the wire glove. Sounds crazy also, try to glove it up a tiny bit or something.
Doesn't sound crazy.
Nothing sounds crazy anymore.
Want to hear something crazy?
Always.
You've been over here for about an hour and a half, and I just realized that you've been wearing a mask. That's crazy. Normal.
What is normal?
Nothing's normal. Nothing's normal.
This is hard, man. This is one of the harder solder jobs I've had to do.
Well, that circuit board is not very big.
It's so small.
I don't know why you decided to take on such a teeny tiny little thing, man.
I got what I got.
Yeah, I know. But you have a lot more toys than that, don't you? Is this the only toy you own currently? I thought you had a lot more than that.
I'm sick. I always end up frying those big ones.
Uh,
It's like simple work, man.
hmm.
Just like
But that's part of the fun.
frying
Yeah,
gets old.
it's true. It's very true.
Okay, we're getting somewhere, I think. I just gotta get better with the hands.
Bringing back the helping hands.
That is a big skill, man. Moving around these helping hands. All right. See, I've got a little technique now.
Technique good. Technique very
See
good.
that? Try to slide that brown wire underneath the white wires to hold it in place. Hopefully that works.
There you go. He's going in again, ladies and gentlemen. It's all happening. The solder. Mm-hmm.
Move to the side. Rigid. Just working on a trace there.
You getting it? No?
Not yet.
Ooh. I think it just happened.
No, it didn't take. Get the piece off.
Boo. Bend it live, baby. Literally bending live. It's happening.
Yeah.
First we made a movie, now we're doing bending live. It's all happening. For those that are interested in the movie, check this out.
Almost had it.
Curious, man. Are you tired after this weekend?
Not that tired, actually.
You're not that tired?
Not physically tired, just a little bit exhausted mentally.
You don't feel sleepy or nothing?
Yeah, I haven't been sleeping well, so I don't feel any.
So it's no different than your normal sleepy level.
Yeah, it hasn't been too bad for me. But I am a little mentally exhausted. I'm just being creative all weekend.
Yeah, you created like a madman.
And then I had to BS this like report at work too.
You know what would be a cool special? To do this live during that creative process?
What do you mean?
Either from the movie or the music side. You know? Like maybe a 24-hour stream live creating that much music like that. What do you think?
Wait, describe that again?
Doing like what we're doing now, but while you're doing what you did this weekend. You know, if we did this on like from 24 hours straight or something of the creation process, doing this.
Oh, like a 24-hour stream?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Or 2 12s or something back to back with like
Yeah,
a 4-hour
like
gap in
Crazy
between.
Bonanza event.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be there though. Like I don't want to just party by myself.
No, you know what I mean. Like
if you
I
were
would
bending too, then it would be fun.
No, not a bending bonanza. I mean like we made the movie over the weekend and you created all that music. Like if I was doing
it
this.
was all from circuit bending?
No. Just exactly what you did over the weekend. Forget about circuit bending. Just making music for a movie in a short period of time.
But it's for this.
No. Doing a live thing.
Oh, okay. You follow me and do it live while I'm doing that.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
Jesus, it took so long for me
I know.
to get.
I was having
Maybe
a hard
I
time.
am tired.
Not everything has to be bending, David. Not everything has to be bending.
Oh no. Give me a break, dude. I just lied to the FDA.
It's all good.
I'm just kidding.
To the FDA.
No. The report was not to the FDA.
Jeez. I mean, even if you did, you shouldn't be saying that live on a YouTube channel. Man.
I doubt anyone that knows I work with the FDA is watching.
Yeah, and don't worry, actually, no one's watching, so you're good.
I love it.
We have 0 viewers currently.
Misplaying shows. That's what this reminds me of. All right. What do you call that, Paul?
A clean solder,
Yeah.
and then a fart noise.
And a fart noise. So I've got one wire successfully soldered. And you see, table cam, where on the black blob it's a little bit shiny. That's where I melted that stuff by accident. Don't want to yank on this brown wire too much. Let me grab one of these screwdrivers. Over here in the middle, you can barely see it. That's where the actual resistor is. So really had a hard time not touching that with the soldering tip. But I was aiming for this side, and then this would be the other contact. So you know, I don't have. Let me take this. I don't have a lot of solder on it, and that's the way I like it. Because I don't want a cold joint. But at the same time, you gotta be really careful to not use this baby. That's good. I got my brown fart wire. So that's coming out of R1, and then now I want, this is R2, and that will be the other lead for my my wet fart.
Boom.
Boom. Okay. How long have we been going for?
We have been live for 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 19 seconds.
Oh.
So what?
Oh no, I was just gonna fart, so I was gonna ask you. You know, I'll fart when we don't have any viewers.
Oh, why? Why would you do that? You don't feel comfortable farting on camera? I would prefer if you didn't until the garage door is open. Oh man, rump grumpies.
It's okay. I mean, no one's watching, right? They don't care. So no one cares if there's background.
Well, I care because you stink.
Just open the garage door.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody's watching. Nobody's gonna care if there's car sounds.
Yeah, but what if someday someone is watching it and they get distracted by a motorcycle driving by?
Like instead of my fart sound.
Like instead of your fart sound, yeah.
I mean my actual fart.
Yeah.
So let me clarify. I'm just like, what is this guy doing this? I mean, he can clearly fart. Like, why does this guy need a toy to fart? Like, this
He can fart himself.
fucking weirdo. So yeah, it does kind of bother me sometimes, like just the crazy wires and stuff. And then, like, oh, what if it just detaches again? But then you just kind of learn that, well, that's just part of it. You're the one that decided to go circuit bending. You'll just have to reattach it if it breaks.
You're
That's
the
all
one
there
that
is to
decided to
it.
go circuit bending.
What's that?
You're the one that decided to go circuit
I
bending.
know. Don't look at me.
I'm looking at you, bro. I'm looking at you from 5 angles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 angles. 5th one's on me.
I was promised 5.
Yeah, it's actually only 4. It's 3 cameras and then my eyeballs. And then the
I don't
4th
trust
camera's
those.
on me.
I don't trust those eyeballs.
I think I'm seeing similar to what the camera's seeing. I don't know.
How do you know for sure?
No,
Nope, totally different.
probably.
Crazy.
But it looks like the same thing because what I'm seeing, what the camera's seeing, is what I'm seeing. Ooh, going in for another bend. Here it comes.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
What do you do?
I got a glob on the wire now, so I gotta melt it. Actually, that might be advantageous.
How
So
come?
now I just want to melt this glob onto the resistor. Well, I make sure not to melt anything else.
Glob.
Fuck. So close.
Oh yeah, that's better. And Caballo's attempting to solder seems quite difficult.
They're all difficult, man. These surface mounts components. It's like hard to show, huh?
So do you solder anything outside of circuit bending on the regular, ever?
The only time when I ever did that was I was taking a design in glass class.
Designing glass class.
Yes.
Okay,
Basically stained glass.
okay.
My fine art elective in high school.
You know, I've been doing stained glass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that.
Huh.
I saw that, man. That's cool.
Figured what the heck.
I went on a through hike in Arizona, and my shuttle driver, he was a retiree, and he said that's one of the things that he was into.
It's actually a lot harder than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's kind of fun though. Like,
Yeah,
it's fun to keep the scraps and then like dig them up and use them. You know,
right.
Stuff like that is just I don't know. It's kind of soothing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
feels like you're kind of like you probably aren't. You know, because of the scale, but it just feels like you're kind of like balancing things. You know, I think there's like it's like you feel like you're contributing to harmony.
Right. Contributing to harmony.
The forging is like that. Like if you're forging invasive, you know,
Mm.
feels like there's meaning to what you're doing.
Well, really, anything that gets me away from a computer screen, I'm starting to enjoy more and more.
I can feel that. All right, so we got a fart.
Hold it up to the mic.
Uh-oh.
It's not happening.
There we go. I'm not sure why it does that, if it's unstable or if it's just a triggering.
You can't hear it. You can't hear it like at all.
It's very
Oh, there it is. Yeah, you got it. What's that other noise?
That's the ant. Almost, it sounds like a duck, huh?
Violent fart duck.
So yeah, it's kind of, I really hope it's just the triggering that's why it can't do that.
Hmm.
Because let me go back to this table cam here. These, like I said, these buttons, you know, the buttons need the support. So while this is open, I can't really support it. Going back to the mic. Beautiful fart. That's the grasshopper.
Grasshopper.
Huh. It's hard to really make it go. That button is in good shape. See, these are easy to push because they have the backing to them. This is the B. I like how it's a rising fart. The grasshopper's a down. It's like a falling fart.
Mhm.
And then I need that quacking ant fart. Well, oh. There we go. This is the annoying thing about book strips, I guess, is the buttons suck. So it'd be kind of interesting to explore, like in the future. Well, what's awesome about them is how plentiful they are. So as I just start doing them more and figure out what to do with them, it'll be cool to see if maybe I could replace the buttons. And that's just probably a good skill set to have if you want to modify other stuff. Because just, you might have like a children's toy where it's not a button that engages the sound. Maybe it's like some little thing that the baby's supposed to turn and kind of stimulate them, and it might not be like a button, but I want it to be a button because to me it's going to be an instrument and a button's easy to push. So, it's probably a good, skill to have to just be able to swap out the buttons if I want to. So, whichever way this goes, I think it's a pretty good learning experience for what I want to do. I'll play with it a little bit more, and then I guess I'll see if I want to wire up the other bend too on it. Oh, there it is.
That's wet fart for sure.
That's the ant. Yeah, really nice sounds. Got a collection of farts here.
Yeah, for sure.
That's amazing.
I mean, what was the original toy supposed to be doing? Like, is it a book about flatulence, or what's going on there, man? Like, come on.
Look, they're insects. Like table cat, it's insects. They're just cute little insects, And that's supposed to fart. If they fart, it's cute. You don't hear it, you don't smell it. But this is what we've done. We've made them fart. So.
Oh, the magic of circuit bending and the wonderful, great things it brings into the world.
The grasshopper
Fart
has
noises.
kind of a juicy one.
Oh, grasshopper.
The ant has like a quacky duck kind of fart. Bumblebee has like kind of a bumblebee fart. Whoa.
What up, Mike, man? Come on.
Here's what we go little squeaker for this guy, the furry bug. This makes me happy.
Can't hear it, man.
Alright, fine. Got kind of a wet one for the grasshopper. Uh-oh. Oh, we lost it. Yeah. Maybe it's my soldering.
Get it back.
I think it's the button. Oh. The bumblebee fart. That's the squeaker. Maybe this button's broken. No, I like that one. Hello, welcome to Bend It Live. You're watching a grown man play with fart sounds. If you'd like to see a full-length feature film on grown men playing with fart sounds, go to benditmovie.com, where you may watch Bend It, a movie about fart sounds. Oh, there it is.
It might as well be a movie about fart sounds. It's true. A movie about fart sounds and the people that make them.
Oh. It just, there we go. Oh, I love that. That makes me happy. This bend is so much better than the other fart. I just wonder if the other ones even work for swimming. Plus, it's in a dangerous place next to the power. Okay, let's connect up the other bend.
Now that you got it farting good.
It was a fart, but it's like not as funny, in my opinion. And they're all the same fart, so like that's not what I enjoy about farts. I really enjoy the individuality of farts.
Each one does kind of have its own timbre, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you enjoy eating, you enjoy farts, right? You gotta fully enjoy every course.
So do you think farts are a design flaw in the human design?
I mean, it's not just humans.
Oh, you're right. It's very true. Like the dog farts.
The dog farts.
Man. There should be a band called the Dog Farts. Let's look it up. Is there a band called the Dog Farts?
Probably at this point. There are a lot of bands out there.
Seriously, right?
I'm just playing with my wires at this point.
How come? What are you doing? What's the point of that?
Like I said, they're just kind of off to the side. Did you find that band?
No, there's a book called Dog Farts, Pooter's Revenge.
Pooter's Revenge. That's really what our podcast should be called.
$8.99 on Amazon.
Oh, please tell me that it's like one of those that it has a book strip, right?
Pooter's Revenge. No, it doesn't have a book strip. So do you think if you bent dog farts, it would actually make like bee sounds? And ant sounds? Like, what does an ant even sound like? How does a button, what is that?
Yeah, I don't know. If it, maybe like sort of like an army shuffle, you know, like as they're marching around on your picnic and stuff.
Dum, 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 dum. That's what an ant sounds like? Marching to the ants?
Yeah, I don't know.
So what you got going on right now, man? What the heck? There's a lot of dead air going on over there. Come on, fill me in. Talk to your people.
I've got the wet fart queued up, you know, and that was the far more interesting bend. It had a different fart, and I'm just going to connect that bend right now and see if it's worth firing up. So I'm going to put this, hopefully I won't yank out any more wires. I'm going to try to connect this and put it over to the mic.
For those of you who just tuned in, Kavana's making fart noises.
So there it is.
That's
kind of nice.
Long sustaining toot.
I think it just holds.
You can fart as long as you want.
Yeah.
Now, would that be a place that you would put like a potentiometer or something like that?
I remember I tried doing that last time, and it's not like an effect that does that. This is all it really does, and at a certain point it doesn't do it.
So all it'll do is sustain.
Yeah.
So there's no way to mess with the resistance so that you can control the pitch of your...
That's what last episode was all about.
Yeah.
I mean... Oh, it stopped.
What was that, like at 60 seconds?
That was pretty damn long. Yo, what if you could fart like that?
Fart for 60 seconds straight. I had a grandpa that could do that.
They all do. They all do that.
The homeboy would just start farting, and it would last for at least like 20 seconds. Just
No
like,
way.
yeah, and everyone in the room like wouldn't say anything about it. It would just be ripping, dude, like for sometimes up to like over a minute straight.
No way.
And everyone would just pretend like it wasn't happening.
A minute?
Yeah, easy.
No way.
Easy. It was a very awkward 60 seconds.
Like no one was laughing? How do you not? I can't not laugh.
I don't know. I was really young. I was. And
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Good.
I guess I was
Good.
being rude or whatever, but.
Yeah, because you were supposed to.
And I have like brought that up at family gatherings, like afterwards, and seriously, everyone just denies the fact that it ever happened. Like, no, I was not imagining that.
That makes it even funnier.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's just like. Let's just not talk about it. Like, what?
Kind of great piece of family history there for everyone out there.
So yeah, every button does the same fart.
Man, you gotta hold it up to the mic. Want me to adjust it so it's pointed down? It's a directional mic, so it has to be like right to the center. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's good.
So this was your grandpa, huh?
Yeah, straight up. Like it's not happening.
So if I wire this up on my toy, like I'm gonna label it's gonna need an on and off switch, you know, or maybe a push button, and I'll have to label it Grandpa. Grandpa Garrett.
Homage. No, it wasn't Grandpa Garrett, but yeah.
Okay.
Just name it Bill.
Bill. Just Bill.
Yeah, Bill.
Bill switch.
The Bill switch. Yeah.
He's still going.
I think the irony of it all is that he played the trumpet as well, so it's like, you know, you get where I'm going with this.
Yeah, so you can blast it at both ends, actually.
Ha, you got it.
Double embouche. I played trumpet. I could do that. How come I never thought of that?
What, doing a double embouche?
I've probably done it though. Like, it's not like you gotta think real hard to fart. So that was Bill. Grandpa Bill.
Yes.
I'm gonna call it Grandpa Bill because I need to like have it needs to have the grandpa, like that's what makes it funny. Usually grandpas are from another time, they're all proper, you know?
On the next episode of Bend It Live, David Caballo plays the trumpet and farts at the same time.
Hold on.
Tune in next week. We'll probably actually get more viewers that way.
It'll sound better than this. I can fart better than I can bend.
At least better than you can tin wire.
What? I'm getting so much better at that.
Dude, you have a lifetime of practice farting. You only have like 3 or 4 years of that. Tin wires. Ah, there it is.
Is that? Can you hear that?
Barely. But I'm sitting right behind you and I can see you lift your leg. So I knew it happened.
That's my tell.
It's the visual ed.
Okay, so now, like, I'm curious to see what happens when both of these, when both farts are connected. What if there is a summation here? You know, what if the farts are multiplied? Or, you know, could be a sort of a constructive interference. They could merge together into a totally new fart or non-fart sound.
Okay.
And I'm open to that.
I can respect that. So at any point, are you going to be able to put something in the middle of these connections? Do you think any of them have that capability right now?
What do you mean? Do you mean like control? Someone at the door? Someone trying to jack your shit? We gotta go outside, man?
I mean, I might have got a delivery. At least I hope so. Did you leave my door open?
I think so. I usually don't. I don't like flies. Is it heating up in the Mont? Is it hot out here in the Mont?
What?
I said, is it hot out here in the Mont?
No, it's actually really nice. It was a food delivery for my dude next door. I'm gonna go make a food delivery.
Good. That's better than someone nefarious at the door, because you never know.
Damn.
Come on. We're just wiring up this. All right, there we got it. So we're wiring up the combo of both of these bends. See if there's some kind of different effect when they're both engaged.
All right, I'm back. Yes, it was a food delivery. Not for me.
Whoa, that's really exciting.
I did kind of feel like eating
That's
it.
fucking cool.
What's going on? What did I miss?
There is like there is an added effect when both bends are connected.
Oh, what happens?
It's real weird and chirpy.
Yeah. Okay.
Fuck. This is exciting.
Sometimes life can be real weird and chirpy. Just like circuit bending.
Or farty.
Well, you know.
Or farts that sound like chirps. Oh, I wanted to tell my farting story. My life.
Well, lay it on everyone.
My life of farts. Which is
Life of farts. Okay,
a farce of farts.
A farce of farts.
That's going to be my biography. It's actually not what it was doing before. Hold on.
I don't hear anything.
We'll get it back.
Oh, there it is. Huh. I heard a little squelch at the front end of that fart.
It is like slightly squelchier fart.
Yeah,
More
that sounds
high
more
pitch.
like, that's Grandpa Bill again, dude.
But no, before it was like chirping.
Well, conveniently happened while I walked away. Did you put a resistor in the middle there? Is that what I'm seeing on cam?
No, it's a cap.
Oh, cap.
That's part of the wet fart.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Maybe try different kinds of caps, sizes?
Yeah,
And that's the one that
We
seems
did that
to be
last
the
time.
most pleasing.
yeah, that's the one that does the thing.
The thing with the stuff in the thing.
Farts.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that farts.
Hey, you want some good news?
What's that?
You want some good news?
Yeah.
Your average watch time has increased to 2 minutes and 29 seconds.
Oh! That was my goal.
I think someone just hung in there for like a good 7 or 8 minutes.
I'm a 2 minute. I've reached my 2 minute goal now.
Celebrate.
Okay, so now I think what that proves, whatever is going on, it's additive. So what that proves is that it's worth wiring up that other bend. That way I have another hand free to connect more components in between to see if something different can happen. And you just keep on doing that until either you have a cool instrument or you just break your toy. And,
What's your preference?
if you'd like to see me break a toy in frustration, you can actually see that in a full-length feature film, Bend It, which is about circuit bending and raging when things don't go your way, and some combination of the two activities. This can be seen at benditmovie.com. You can rent it now for $2.99.
Or you can just keep watching Caballo do this live. But if you decide to go and watch the movie, a bend will not take nearly as long. You're gonna.
What? That's what you say? Are you promoting the movie or are you dissing me?
I'm promoting the movie. No, I'm talking about
okay.
the reality of circuit bending. Circuit bending is time consuming.
Okay.
We shot that movie for 3 years, and there's like, you bent 4 things.
Only one that lasted.
Yeah.
Only one that lasted.
I'm just saying, man. So we love that we're doing this live thing and trying to share the knowledge and show how this is actually done. And if anyone wants to chime in, feel free to chat and all that. But if you want to see this process sped up as quickly as possible and watch, several different artists doing several different bends, watch the movie because the editing is toy.
Also,
Toy.
I would like to announce that I have ripped off one of my solders. That first one that didn't have a lot on it.
It's embarrassing, bro.
The one next to it was the one next to the black blob. It was the black blob. The black blob did it. It wasn't me.
Yeah, it was.
It was the attack of the black blob.
Ah.
All right, so my fart story, which not my farce of farts, but my fart anecdote, which yours reminded me of, was like,
Glad I can inspire.
there was this guy at church,
Hmm.
and my parents told me about this guy. I'd seen him around, and he was an old dude also. He was a Chinese guy, so he went to the same church meetings as my parents, like the Chinese ones. And they told me this guy, he'd be talking to you and then he'd be farting at the same time. And I just thought that was so hilarious. My parents thought it was funny too, because they would describe it and they'd be like, yeah, and the farts are real particular, they're those ones that just keep on turning and twisting, they got a lot of character. They just thought it was and they thought it was really amazing that he could just let it fly and without a pause in his diction. And they really harped on that. They was yeah, it's crazy. There's not a single misstep.
Just went for it.
Like an MC with really good breath control.
I feel like a lot of the focus of the first 2 episodes of Bend It Live have a lot to do with farting.
It's the bend, though.
I know the bend.
That's how I'm getting away with it.
The bend has inspired the farts. The fart talk. Not that we don't normally talk about farts this much, but
right now, life is imitating art.
that's just what you get. Welcome to Bend It Live, everyone. Farts happen. And they're funny.
Farts pack
happen.
of farts.
And they're funny.
Actually, I'm making this bend because, I just found out on Thursday I have to have an operation and I can no longer fart.
Excuse me. That's kind of weird.
So, from now on, my only option is electronic farting. It's an issue that just hasn't really received a lot of attention. There are a lot of disorders like this that they're not that attractive when it comes to funding, for research. And everybody circumvents for a different reason, and I just wanted you to know a little bit about my story.
That was funny. Hey, move table cam.
Hold on,
Let the people see. Let the people see what is going on.
What's going on is this brown fart wire was detached from the black blob,
Mm-hmm.
which is the CPU. And I'm repositioning so I can do a better job soldering. This, I don't know if this is a good technique, but this is kind of what I've got to work with. Let me get this. I'm stabbing in this tiny space, this big old thing, and time is limited. And I don't have a lot of real estate over there in that bend. This is where I'm trying to get to. So I gotta not melt the white wire and not heat up the resistor too much, but I need to get this wire on. So what I've done is just dropped a tiny blob of solder onto the wire first, so I can just sort of melt it on real quick, as opposed to having to hold the solder and then melt it right onto the joint, because then I would also have to hold the wire. So this worked for my other bend pretty well, so I'm going to try it for this one.
What other band? Same toy?
This one, yeah,
All right.
the other lead for the wet fart.
The ant or the bee?
What's that?
Ant fart?
The wet fart?
Wet fart? Ant fart?
Yeah, it's the one that makes the ant quack fart. That's the wet fart. It makes all of them pretty wet, if you ask me. Welcome to Bend It Live, a podcast where we care about wet farts. So I just did kind of mess that up. What I did was just knock the bead of solder off the wire without having it really do anything. I'm gonna try to get some on.
You're at 1 hour and 48 minutes on Bennett Live, episode 2. That leaves us around 12 minutes. So let's start talking about what are you trying to do by the end of tonight's bend, and what are the goals, and what do you think you're going to start doing for in a couple weeks for Bennett Live episode 3?
Right now, all I want to do is get this on, and if this goes well, I'll attach the other wire that leads to the other bend. So I want to have both of these hardwired because I noticed some interesting new effects when they were both wired up together. Jeez, I'm having a hard time with this. So I don't know exactly what they're going to do together, but it's interesting, so I'm going to hardwire them so I have more hands free to install components in those bends that may modulate it even further. This temporary. So that's what I'll do tonight. And while I'm away, I'll continue thinking about how I want this to look in the end, where to mount this. I'm going to need to mount this strip to some external case because I'm adding components and there's not a lot of clearance. So I'll continue thinking about that. And I do want to add a volume control
Ooh.
circuit, so this thing is pretty soft. So I want to be able to turn it up, and also that will include a jack, so that we can connect this up to a speaker, headphones, and the sound quality will be better, both for this show and just for making music.
Making musics. Making musics.
I'm having a real hard time with this.
Yeah, that's the tough one though, for sure.
It'd be a little bit easier if the stupid white wire was in here.
Hmm.
Oh, shit. That should have been it.
Oh, dude, that's it. That's a great angle. That's what we should do from now on. Put everything directly
It's
over what
really
you're doing.
dark though.
For you?
Yeah.
Okay. Solution.
Just get a light.
Get a light. This looks great.
Desk lamp for that. Can't see what I'm doing. Everyone else can see what I'm doing, but I can't.
Looking good.
At least, well, it seems to have worked. Let's test it now.
Yeah, you just nailed it, yeah?
I don't know, I can't see, Paul.
I can, and it looks like you nailed it. We have to experiment here.
Sure, whatever you say, guy.
Hey.
Hey, guy.
Hey, hold on. Hold on. Hang on.
Boy, I can't wait to write my scientific report after this.
Hmm. So try not to tear it out this time.
All right. Hopefully, I've secured my fart. I haven't torn it off again.
Nothing.
Something got messed up. I can't tell what it is.
Boo. Boo.
Something's all wonky. Some of these wires may come crossed. I think it did it right, but these buttons are just wonky. Well, at least that's what I hope. There's really no way of knowing. Should I go back in there? Should I redo it? Oh, that was fine. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta redo it, I think.
Oh yeah. Sucks.
It's fucking annoying. I don't know why it got messed up. Just checking to make sure that that little bit of tinned wire is not contacting any other part of the board that I don't want it to. So that may have just killed it, actually. It's not doing anything now.
It was my fault.
What?
I posted these up everywhere.
You fucked this.
No, I didn't. Turned out fine. But it was relayed to me, and I made a B a D, or D a B. Common mistake. Wow. It's good to know.
Yeah, so the pen's not acting the same. I don't know if it's because of the solder job or what. I'm just going to keep on messing around with it, and there's a possibility I may just burn it.
Dang, you're burning it.
That's just something that has to be reckoned with. There it is.
And it works.
I think it works.
Go.
Just these buttons suck. I don't know if this doesn't work because of the solder job or because the buttons just suck. Maybe I'll just continue smoothing over the solder a little bit.
We are at 158 in episode 2. Bandit Live. How long you want to go for, bro?
I'm off at 2.
Hmm?
I got stuff to do after this, so just 2.
Well, you're at 2?
Alright. Hold on.
Oh, that's right, you have work.
I'll just finish this then.
Okay. Yeah, this is the...
There's also a chance that I maybe... There it is. That was decent. Oh. Oh. These are just crappy buttons. I think this one's dying.
But, it might be, dude. It's always a possibility in the world of bending. You may be killing the toy.
Yeah, like I wonder, it's possible that I may be killing the resistor by heating it up so many times. And so whatever, I'm changing the effect of whatever it originally had. Or these buttons are just dying because they're crappy. There's not much I can do about that.
It's totally possible.
What was that? Just turn it off?
Yeah, I told you it does that.
Why does it do that?
I don't know. Because these aren't the right kind of cameras for what we're doing. Don't worry, upgrades coming soon. I use that term loosely. For now, this is what we have.
I'm just gonna keep on messing with it. I don't know. It seemed like a pretty good joint to me,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know, man. So what I really should do is like see if the buttons are broken. Like I don't know, somehow tape them up or something so that they're always on. So I take the button out of the equation. Let's see how that is. Just have to wonder, like, if I close it, is it gonna do it right?
That is always a fear to worry about it now.
Is it just messing up because it's not closed right? I think so. So now that one's working. It's just, damn it, dude, it's so inconsistent.
Inconsistent and unpredictable.
That's the name of the game.
All right. Yeesh.
I'm just gonna see if I can see this over. Yeah, I feel like these are good joints, dude. So what am I doing wrong?
What are you doing wrong?
Everything.
That's good.
Life. I'm doing life wrong.
Well, do it better.
I'm trying. So now I only have 1 out of 4 farts. It's sad.
Dang. What a swing.
Isn't that sad?
It's the nature of the beast, huh?
No, I can't accept that. I need more farts. I'm not a 1 fart guy.
Yeah, no.
This is the real deal. This is what circuit bending is. It's about crushing your hopes and dreams. Podcast done. Just kidding. Just kidding. No, it's fine.
Well, we're back.
Oh, we're back! I'm still doing the same thing. I'm stuck in the same place. Nothing's changed. I'm still 1 out of 4 farts.
Your
I don't
hopes and
know
dreams.
why.
Your hopes and dreams are not. Did.
It's this button. The buttons are screwy, not my joint. So I got the fart to go, I think. Unless I'm in denial.
It's probably a more accurate description of what's going on here.
Most of these are just dying. Hey, that's another... Huh. I should have connected this to a different case. That way I could see if it's dying or not. I don't really want to mess with that right now, though.
2 minutes, 2 hours, 6 minutes.
A man moaning about his lost farts. Sad man. A sad, broken, fartless man.
Dude.
1 out of 4 farts. 3 out of 4 farts were lost. Forever. The entire culture, civilization of farting. Lost. Never to be seen again. Where are my farts? One fart. Uh-oh. One fart. Is it gone now? Damn it. Book strips suck. Okay, so... I guess I have to stop somewhere.
Now's a good time.
Now's... I guess... No, now's not a good time.
Now's not a good time.
That was not a good time. Here's what I want to do. Here's what I want to do. I'm going to connect these leads to these good batteries to see if these batteries are dying, and that's why this toy is so unpredictable. So, we have the good batteries, and then I'll put some leads here. There is a way to find out what's going wrong. I have to try. Seems like it shouldn't be the solder job. I need to address my insecurities. I need to clear the air.
All the farts stink.
There we go.
Did you recover it?
I think
Actually
so.
find some stuff? Is it happening?
I think so.
All right.
I think so.
Hold it up to the mic. Let's hear what's going on.
Being pretty weird.
Yep, it's back.
It's pretty nice.
So what did you just do with the battery?
Please let me fart, Paul.
Sorry.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for farting.
I'm not done yet. Grandpa Bill's taking the stand.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened to that last one.
You might have lost it again, buddy.
That's okay. I think it's okay.
Sarah sends us fart emojis.
There it is. That's the last part. Yeah, okay, so what I did with the batteries was just working with book strips a little bit. Not working, I guess just collecting them. And just toys in general. They come with those little watch batteries. The difference between a watch battery, where did I have them? Here we go. Like for example, you go to table cam. So this watch battery is 1.5 volts, and so are these AAAs. What's the difference is basically how long they last, you know? So they provide the same amount of power, but you're not gonna need whatever, you know, usually the watch battery, you don't need it for as long. Like maybe it's like an electronic reading card, or maybe it's just one of these book strips. You're not gonna read that thing a million times, you know, your baby's gonna grow up before the watch battery dies. But if you're talking about like an instrument, then, you know, you want something that's gonna last longer. So I just figured with the watch battery, it sounded kind of wonky too, and you know, it was really low volume, so I just figured like the batteries might be dying, and that's actually a technique that's commonly used in circuit bending, is to starve the power. And this is actually something that's spoken of by Joe Cantrell in the Bend It movie, which is a full-length feature about circuit bending that you can watch at benditmovie.com. It can be rented for $2.99. Anyway, so in that movie, you hang out with Joe Cantrell, and he talks about, I think one of the things, starving the power to some circuit and having it do really unpredictable things. And I've kind of heard that just with the book strips, so I figured, maybe this thing is getting inconsistent. It's either that or it's these buttons that are just basically just layers of conductive film that press together, and when you press it, you can only press it so many times before it wears off. And so I just figured, well, these batteries are probably dead, so the book strip takes 3 1.5 volt batteries, and I just connected the leads to a battery case with the AAAs, which are known good because they're from Paul, right? And
they're from me, that's good.
Yeah, so those are known good, and once I connect this to the known good batteries, the circuit performs a lot better. So I'm pretty sure it's just being weird before. I was feeling insecure because I thought it was like my solder job, but I mean, looking at it, it's like not a bad job, And I just kept on messing around with it, and it's fine, So it had to be something else. It had to be either those crappy buttons or this power. I figured it is the power. So happy ending for today.
So what are we going to do next week, man? What's going on? Wait on me. Or not next week, 2 weeks.
2 weeks from now.
Next episode. Episode 3 coming up.
So, I'll refer to my bending diagram. Today, we hooked up the wet fart, which is these connections with a cap in the middle, which I didn't diagram, doing terrible notes. Then I actually tried the other, this was called Hold That Fart, because it made that very long fart. We're going to change it to Grandpa Bill, because I'm a sentimental guy. But,
Excellent.
I looked that up too, and in conjunction with the wet fart, there was a new fart. Well, first there were some chirpy sounds. I don't know if I can replicate that or if it was just me, maybe. I can feel like sometimes you're moving the probes around and you're just kind of doing things in an unpredictable fashion that, that's, I feel like the signal, the electronic signal is probably a lot more regular and reproducible than moving your probes around. So I don't know if I'll ever find that chirp sound again, but I did find a differently modulated fart that was interesting from just combining these two bends, the wet fart with the cap in the middle, and then Grandpa Bill, excuse me. Grandpa Bill doesn't have anything in between. So what happens now if I put a component into Grandpa Bill here and then have it connected at the same time as the wet fart, and then every permutation from there, I think that's what I'll explore next time. And so I'll start out wiring this other lead to R3. Let's put this right here. So I have my lead from R1, and then I did R2, and then R3 will be the last one to connect, and then I can kind of decide what I want to. Once these are hardwired, I can just experiment and decide what I want to put in the final package. And I don't know if it's gonna fit, but I may just go out through here. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do, but some wires are gonna have to come out. Maybe at the very least I could just sort of cut some notches actually in the back and then just thread some wires out that way. That might be the smartest thing to do. I also got to find the screws to close this. I don't know where the hell they are. So that seems, I think that's probably enough to cover next time is just this exploration. And if I run out, I do have this other book strip to look into. And this other strip that I pulled off, and similarly, these watch batteries are dead, so I want to convert this over to AA's and AAA's and just see what it does. So that's what we'll have to look forward to next time. So thanks for joining us. Check out benditmovie.com if you're looking for more circuit bending content, or just tune in next time. All right, hope you learned something interesting, and check us out next time, 2 weeks from now, 7:30.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.